They say if you have a hobby that you can do every single day, you will manage your stress and you will never be burned out. Is that what you're doing? Do you have a hobby? So here's in this video, I'm going to tell you why you should have a hobby and when you shouldn't have a hobby and what is the relationship with stress and stress management. My name is Lolita Gunin. I'm a stress management coach. So I had this client that, we were working on, stress levels and all that. And I told her that she should be doing something that she loves doing it every single day. That definitely helps. And she should have a hobby. Well, thing is, she didn't have a hobby, and but remember that she was a child once and she loved coloring books. So I recommended, hey, how about that? You just do a coloring book, one a page. It helps like a meditation. It's all good. The first week when I asked her how's it going, she said, "Oh yeah, and I'm doing it every day. It's going great." I'm like, "Okay, wonderful." But then after 2 weeks, what happened? I told her, "Okay, how is that book, coloring book going?" And she said, "You know what? I tell you the truth is I don't really have time to do this. I barely doing this at the end of a day and before I fall asleep because I'm sometimes I don't even finish the whole page, and it's just really ruining my sleep." Well, that's not how it's supposed to be, okay? So this is why I tell you if this hobby of yours disrupting your life and bringing more stress, then it's not the way to do it. Then you did not do hobby. Okay, this is this is the worst thing that you can do for yourself. Now, if you don't have anything right now and you want to start something, I highly recommend you to start something to do that makes you happy. um Anything that has a dent in your routine, it is a change, and we don't love change. Change is such a thing that makes us immediately think of how we're going to mitigate those changes, what's going to happen, and how other people in our lives will be affected, and it affects their schedules, our schedules, and everybody's schedules, and finances too, if there's money involved. So it could be very stressful time. Now, are you ready to put up with that? Are you good with changes? Or maybe the hobby you want to start doing is something that you always wanted to do. Like, for example, you were growing up as a kid and wanted to be a basketball player. And now you have a group where you can, shoot hoops or whatever it's called. So that's great, but it can be challenging and it can bring you some stress. So you have to be careful with that. Now, here's another deal. If you will participate in some sports, let's say, and you have a group that you need to do, or maybe as a theater, performing arts, or something that involves other people, that also can bring more stress and pressure to show up there for them. Because you might be sick one day and you're thinking, oh my gosh, I really want to just sleep in and stay in bed, but I better go and do that because we have a performance in a month and I don't want to disappoint anyone. That is again how your hobby can become a little bit stressful. But overall, I tell you, there are other ways how you can mitigate stress, definitely for sure. And I will tell you my calm process in detail at the end of the video. But for now, I also want to tell you the solution. If, let's say, you still want to have that joy and happiness and for that, that comes from the hobbies, but you really don't want to have this such a change and a huge commitment. And I tell you, I love dancing. And when I'm going dancing, there almost, 4 to 5 days a week, I invited my friend to come. And she loved dancing too. But she told me right away, you know what? I think that is a commitment. You have to commit coming here to see any results. So she said, you know what? I'm not going to do this. And I see with my clients when they talk and they say, well, what is it you want to do that makes your heart sing? They say, well, there's so many things. But first, they say, I don't even know what I want. Solution? Start trying out doing different things. Look at other people. What inspires you to do? Maybe you need to try out. If you like thinking, I don't even know what I want, how about just use ChatGPT and ask what are the 20 easiest, cheapest hobbies I can have? And then start doing them. Then you will find what really you love doing it. You see, the key here is what is that you love doing it. It's not about how stressful it is. And listen, do not bulldoze yourself into success, okay? I'm continuously telling this to everyone. You cannot bulldoze yourself into anything. You're just causing yourself stress. You can reward yourself into something, but The moment when you start doing something and you feel resentful, that's not the way to go. It's not, even if there are other people involved. Of course, you can finish this tournament or whatever performance, and then you say, okay, I'm not going to start a new one. But you always need to have a way out. And that itself, it will help you to manage that stress. Because when you have a trust with yourself that you know how you're going to act and behave and react in any stressful situation and in a change, and you will find the solution how to get out of it, you will feel better about yourself and how you're going to manage the future. If something happens, if there's a stressful situation that shows up out of nowhere, you will have more trust and faith in yourself that you would handle well. That itself, it will put you less worry, less stress, less burnout. Okay, so the solution is if you don't have that much money, if you don't have all of the other things, it's very important, I already said that a few times, to do something during the day, even 5 minutes. Okay. And I hear you, there are plenty of those that say, hey, listen, I would love to do all this, but I don't have time. Good news is my online membership. Yes, there is a link below where you can get a great discount, 50% off the first month. We talk about how to find that time, how to manage your time and energy that actually can introduce new habits, new hobbies, new lifestyle. Because as you know, if you want to continue doing what you're doing and expect different results, that's called insanity. So in order for you to change the results, you need to know what you need to change and start changing them. And if you definitely want to succeed in that, you need help. So it's great if you can do it yourself. It's great if you can recruit a friend to be an accountability partner. Again, without bulldozing, you know what I mean? It has to be easy. It has to be without resentment. But also, you can hire a coach, go talk to a therapist, and all that. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Do not be afraid of look for inspiration. But the key here is, let's say you like reading books. You're like, oh my gosh, I wish I could be going on vacation for 20 days and read all the romance novels I can. But you can't. So what is that you do? Instead of waiting on that vacation when you actually can go and do that, how about if you just read a page a day? You see what happens? You will start waiting for the time in your day when you actually can go and read it. It would be great if that's the end of the day. So you will looking forward to that. This means your mood is better all day long. You're looking forward to something that you love. Number two, well, that's kind of cheap because you definitely not gonna spend millions of dollars unless I don't know what books you're reading. But then also, it's not gonna take you so much time. I mean, like, how long does it take to read a page? But also, if you are there consistently, again, you build a trust with yourself. And more than that, you're doing something that you love every single day. That will put you in a better mood, in a better vibration. Your body will be healthier. And this is what the moment is when you're not abandoning yourself. You're doing something fun for yourself. And that is the number one priority. You should be number one priority. That comes how you do your life. And now, as I promised, I will be going over my calm process. And if you're thinking, oh my gosh, I need to start writing this down, and you're thinking, what is this? So my calm process is CALM. Every letter means something in my process. And usually you need to follow this step by step. That is so good in any stressful situation. It could be just showing up, or it could be a big, huge problem that you're tackling for years now. Okay. So C is for control. Can you control it? And you cannot control it. A is for appreciation. L is for limiting something that does not work. M is multiplying something that already works. And it is a process. So go to sign up to my online membership. I'm giving this course for free. You'll have videos, you have worksheets where I'm asking specific questions, kind of getting deeper in that and actually like doing it because I just kind of ran through it what it means. You're like, yeah, okay, but how to do this? That's your answer. So if you're stressing right now, there's some situation right now in your life that you're thinking, I don't even know what I'm going to do with this. That's the solution. Try that out first. And then, well, you tell me, how did that go? But I hope I'll see you on my membership so then I can answer all your questions.